Today I'm going to show you how to close more epoxy projects, or the fourth principle, how to get them to buy. So what does this mean? What does it mean to get someone to buy from you? To get somebody to buy from you just means that you're taking away the reasons that they're going to say no. For example, price, color, scheduling. Those are great examples of reasons people would preconceptualize a reason to say no. Now, the way that we do this, I've called the 8 Mile movie. If you guys have seen the movie Eminem, at the very end of the rap battle, he starts rapping about himself. I'll go ahead and roll the clip.
If you doubt me, I'm a piece of fucking white trash, I'll say it proudly. And fuck this battle, I don't want to win, I'm outie. Here, tell these people something they don't know about me.
Okay, so what he just did was took away the other rappers. Everything that guy was going to use against Eminem, he took away from him and 8 Mile that. So then there was nothing left for them to say. It's the same principle inside of the sale. The way that we 8 Mile this, I'm going to teach you. It starts out with the scope of the work that you're going to do. What is it that they want? Is it a metallic or is it a flake? Or if you do something else, is it whatever that is? You need to answer the type of project that they are going to get. You also need to answer the colors or the design that they're going to go with. Pro tip. Make sure they know that they don't have to finalize the decision today. That this is if you guys do get it done, kind of what colors are you thinking of? Do you guys like blacks? Do you like whites? Do you like tans? Make sure that they understand that they don't have to lock it in today, but get them processing the thoughts about what they want this to look like and what type of project they're looking to get done. Make sure you lock that in. Now, both of these are going to be something that you identify prior to going into the close. This is something that needs to be identified so that they do not object to, well, I don't know how much the colors are they different prices? You can also let them know that, hey, just so you know, any of the colors that you pick, there's no price difference in any of that. So whether you want black or whether you want white for flake floor, or whether you want outback or whether you want nightfall, it's all the same price for the flakes. The metallics, it's kind of custom, so we can talk about it. If they're leaning more metallic, start talking metallic. If they're leaning more flake, start talking flake when it comes to colors. Now, once we have these, there's only two more things that they're going to potentially object to. And that's the date and that's the price. Both of those, I'm going to teach you right now how to overcome those at the end of the sale so that they're not even an object, or they're not even something they really should be or can object to. So the way that we 8 Mile all of these are 8 miled in the believe portion and the listen portion. The date and the price, we are going to cover those right here in the close. We're going to wait till the very end to go over the date and go over the price. I like to introduce what's called the scheduling problem. So what is the scheduling problem? There's a simple human principle that we like to help other people, and we want to help other people who are in need and ask for our help. So with the scheduling problem, we're going to ask the customer if they can help us out. And the way that we frame it is like this. Say, hey, John, to be honest, man, I've kind of got a slight little hiccup. I have not been able to fill up a couple of these dates in my calendar, and I'm going to be paying my team whether we have jobs on those days or not. And so regardless of the price, if we could just agree on the price of the project, would you be available perhaps on the 19th, the 20th, the 30th, or the 31st, or the 7th? Could you be flexible and be able to get it done in any of those days if we could just agree on the price? What you just did right there is you just told them, hey, I'll give you a better deal if you can be flexible with price. But also, they want to hear more And it's justifying the reason that you can ask for the sale with urgency at the end. Because when they know that we have a scheduling problem, it's our number one priority to fill that up. And if they can be part of our problem solving, then they're going to get special treatment by joining inside of the schedule problem. That's the reason that at the end of the sale, when I'm talking with customers, a lot of the time we get people to commit because they know that they're getting a custom tailored, and they know that they're helping us out by filling up a problem, and in return they're going to get something. It's the give to get principle. Now, let's say they say, yeah, I could probably be available on the 30th. Perfect. Now you want to take their mindset into the decision-making mindset. And the way that you do it is you say, okay, cool. You know, I'd really be able to help you out on price if you could get it done. You know, you're not going to have like an emergency surgery come up or anything on any of those dates. You're not going to be sick or anything, are you? Make them laugh, peel back the pressure. When they say, no, yeah, how much are we talking? You have scheduled, you have solved the schedule problem. They are now committed to that date prior to knowing the price. So they're sold on whatever in the listen or the believe portion. They're closed on the hypothetical commitment to a date that they picked, so we don't have to figure out when they're going to install it. And we're pushing price to the very end so we can negotiate against that with the customer. Now that we have set everything up correctly, here's how you're going to finish this sale. You're going to negotiate with them. When you negotiate, this is the word track that you're going to use. After you've used the schedule problem, you've set them up, they know the dates that they are going to select, and they're waiting to hear the price. Here's how you go over and you negotiate the price. Let's say that they have a 1,000 square feet job and your average price is $6.50, and you're going to start off the conversation at $7.50. All right, Mr. Customer, well, so check this out. If you called us, or really most companies out here that do a good job, you're going to be right around $7 to $7.50 a square foot. So you'd be right around $7,500 for a completed project with a warranty. But we're already giving you a better deal because you clicked on our advertisement, and so we're already taking off $500 for you. So you'd be at like right at like 7,000. I really got to fill up that spot. So if you're willing to help us out, do some math. Don't rush this. Hold the passive control. So I tell you what, man, instead of 7, how would you feel about 66.50? Pay very close attention. I did not say we'll do it for 66.50. I said, how do you feel about 66.50? What that does psychologically. You have two parts of your brain. You have the conscious and you have the subconscious. The subconscious is the one that has really the amygdala, which is the front part of your brain, which is the caution part of your brain. What's happening when you open up and when you ask, how do you feel about it? It is not engaging the defensive mechanism of the brain that is going to give you a lie, or what's called a smoke screen. What happens is they're able to fully open up and have a conversation with you about what they actually feel about that subject. When you do this, you're not going to have people say, yes, let's do it. You're negotiating with them. A negotiation, they need to feel like they won, and you need to feel like you won. They don't feel like they quite won yet. Maybe one or two out of 10 times you're going to have somebody say, yeah, let's go ahead and do it right then without negotiating. And that means price wasn't their concern. It was the people that they work with, and you won the job. When they're going to respond, they're going to respond with, I wasn't thinking it was going to be that much. Is that the best you can do? I was thinking it was going to be a little bit less. I didn't quite have that kind of in the budget. They're going to have a complaint that you can resolve. And the way that you resolve it is with negotiation. And we're not going to just meet them in the middle. We're going to make them give something up in order to get something in return. If you want to hear the closing portion, comment close. So when they say, yeah, I wasn't thinking it was going to be that much, this is how you respond. You say, okay, you know what? That's totally fair. Are you friends with the neighbors at all? Do you know some people in the area? Yeah. All right, well, Mr. Customer, we could probably work out a little bit better of a deal. Would it be okay if after we got the project done, if we just brought some of the neighbors over to look at the project and talk to you about your experience with us after, you're super pumped with how everything went? Would you be cool if we did that? We're just prompting up another price drop. Yes, of course. Yeah, totally. I would be cool with that. That's totally fine. Well, all right. I tell you what, I can't lose money on this, obviously. I got to make money. We're running a business here. But what did you have in mind? And you just place it back on them, and they're going to tell you what they were thinking. Or after they heard your price, they're going to tell you a little bit more than originally probably what they were thinking. But now it's opening up a conversation to close them. The key here is they're not smoking you out, and they're talking to you about price. And all you have to do is just get them to agree on the terms of the deal, which is the price. We already have them closed on the date, and they're already sold. And so when you go back after you have them give something else and you give them another price instead of $66.50, man, here's what I can do. We can do it for, we'll take an entire, we'll take $1,250 off the original price, and we'll get it done for $62.50. How's that sound? Put your hand out there, and they're going to shake your hand if you do this right. And if not, you're still going to be able to negotiate with the customer. I hope this helps. There's going to be a lot more. I'm going to break this down a lot more. But that's all for today. Like and comment, subscribe. Peace.